All right. Good afternoon, Duster TV Nation. We are live again. Hollydale Ice Arena. Back on the NHL rink for playoffs. Semi-final matchup with your Red Bank Lumberjacks, the number 4 seed, versus the number 1 seed, Philadelphia Hockey Club. These two teams met yesterday, and PHC wound up winning 4-1. Really should have been a 2-1 game. Scored one empty netter, and then refs missed an icing at the end of the game, I guess trying to just run the clock out, which led to another goal. But either way, PHC wound up coming out on top. These two teams do know each other. They played each other during the regular season. PHC is pretty much their squad for the normal regular season, with a few extra kids, not many. Kind of like ours, where we have the majority of our boys and then some fill-ins. No Barandino, no Kojo. They are still down in Delaware playing lacrosse. We thought maybe with this game they might be able to get here, but our new manager said not able to do so. You're getting a look at your starter, Tyler Lloyd. He's in between the red pipes and the blue paint. He will get the start. I see Aiden Honan here watching the boys, as well as Baxton Ling. They made the trip. Ian Thomas was here with the boys earlier in the first game. And it looks like just Coach Van Riemsdyk at this point, and I think Coach Callahan might have bounced, not sure. Winner of this game will play a final at 5 p.m. The other game is happening at Hollydale North. That's between Pats Hockey and Rush Hockey. They are the 2 and 3 seeds respectively, so we won't know the outcome of that, and really doesn't matter because we have a tall task in front of us, which is to win right now. 5 seconds before the buzzer goes off, and then they have to put the pucks in the net, and then we'll get ready to go. Looks like it will be Ryan Carey again in net versus Tyler Lloyd. Saw their other goalie, Fahey, was not at their first game yesterday, but it was at their second game, but he didn't play that either, so he's not here now. Boys had a little bit of a break in between. We went to the diner, most of us, so they should be full, carved up, ready to roll. team will gather at the net. And we'll get ready for Coach Van Riemsdyk. If you guys are whispering, I don't think they can hear you.
Wasn't coming out here at all?
All right. I'll stand by for Coach Van Riemsdyk and his starting lineup.
I saw him fix his helmet right afterwards. And I didn't realize anything was happening.
Looks like it's going to be Wow Man Jack centering Declan Ernst and Tucker Fairchild. Easton Shaheen and Puck Pro Media's John Ciesla. If you were on Instagram, you saw earlier John Ciesla's second setup made the internet. And that's going to be an icing. Start things off. 22 minutes was placed on the clock. We are playing two halves. Ernst iced that one. Face-off will be to the right of Lloyd. Weisgerber has that right in his feet. Shot saved by Lloyd and point blank range by Lloyd. And Coach Van Riemsdyk said he's seen enough. He's going to make a quick change. He's going to go with Nelligan, Resnick, and Gannon. Gabe Miram and Ryan McGovern now out there for Coach Van Riemsdyk. Quick turnover, shot, and another blocker saved by Lloyd. Quick two right off the bat in the first minute here. Puck now behind the net. Miram behind, loses that, and PHC controls. They walk that back out to their point. They go D to D, down low, broken up by McGovern. McGovern up to Resnick. Resnick trying to get it deep, not able to. PHC will go for a change. Red Bank does play catch in their own zone. That goes behind. And I'm going to leave the camera down here. That's another icing call. And Van Riemsdyk again, going to make a quick change. Going to go with Scorzo, Vanieri, and Sion. Brenner and Ciesla are back out there. Face off. Again, won by PHC. Got a man behind. That's Cam Pell. Plays for Woodbridge. Sion able to clear that. Puck's in his feet. And things are not even a full minute into the game. We've had a bunch of stoppages already. Face off again, won by PHC. They'll return and go back. Tipped in. That's going to be on net. And Lloyd decides he's going to hold. And there's Myers joining the team. Not sure where he was. But he makes his way to the bench. He's the seventh forward, rolling 7 forwards and 5D here. Here's Vanieri. He lets that come out, forcing PHC back. Comes up. Brenner gets back, chips that, sent deep. There's Ciesla. Ciesla over to Vanieri. Vanieri looks to clear. He can't. Kept in the zone, but here comes Sion. Sion trying to go between the legs. That's going to hop up and actually get stuck in that little bracket up there. Not sure if you can see it.
Get stuck up there, right? There you go. At some point, but
Let me zoom in a little bit more, people. Is that better? If I zoom in.
yeah.
Puck sent in deep behind Lloyd. That's Shaheen. Shaheen spins 360, finds Weisgerber. Weisgerber is going to send that back the other way. Here's Gabe. Gabe to Ernst. Ernst across, was looking for Fairchild. Wound up hitting him just in the skate. Here comes PHC the other way. They dump it down. Gabe Nearham has it. Gabe sends it over to Shaheen. Shaheen not able to clear. It's now kept in. Shaheen able to pop that up and out. Comes over to Ernst, but PHC gathers and they send it back in. Ice has been tilted so far. Play has been down in this end the majority of the time. And here's Weisgerber. Weisgerber out, finds Fairchild. Fairchild gains the red. Not able to get it deep. Forced down to the ground. Weisgerber goes in for the hit. Sent around. Fairchild lays a bit of a hit. That's going to be sent up, kept in by McGovern. McGovern's shot is blocked. That's going to bounce around a little bit. Kept in. Here's McGovern. That's going to lead to a 3-on-1 the other way. PHC. Nice play there by McGovern to lift that stick. Kept it down. Weisgerber able to clear. Tucker Fairchild. He gets into the zone. He lays a weak shot on. And that goes behind the net, and PHC is going to gather that up and come out with speed the opposite way. Gavin Lombardi, former New Jersey Titan, brings it in. He now tries to come in on Lloyd. He can't get in there. There was a bit of a mosh pit in front of Lloyd. Able to get across to it. Shot, kick save by Lloyd. And that puck comes out. Saved by Lloyd. That one pops up in front of him. Ooh, intercepted. Nice job by Tristan just to break that out and out. PHC gets back on side. They send it in. That hits McGovern. Sent around. There's McGovern. Ryan able to clear that, and that's going to go down for no icing. Carey comes out to play it. Gannon and Nelligan giving chase, as well as Resnick. That pops up and out. No icing. Johnny has to go back and get to it. Johnny across. Hits Shaheen. Shaheen up. Tipped out by Gannon, but gathered by PHC. They now bring it back into their end. They look to turn and head up the ice. They do. That's tipped in on Lloyd, and Lloyd's going to hold.
It's almost like the start of the second half.
I know.
Terrible. Huh? Third quarter, yeah.
17 remaining in the first half. No score of the semifinals here for the Dunlop Cup. Faceoff was won by Scorzo, but forced back. That pops up. Scorzo, Myers, and Sion out there. The line has been together consistently. Here's Lucas. Lucas in, shot, and that goes wide. He didn't get all of that. Normally we know how Sion can fire that puck. Kind of whiffed on it a little bit. Shoulder. PHC bench likes it here. Sion looking across, able to put one on. We got nobody back. It's a 2-on-1. Here's Ciesla. Johnny does a nice job of getting back. Boys are offside, so we can tag up and get back on. Quick line change here for Coach Van Riemsdyk. Myers giving chase, no pun intended, forcing PHC to go the opposite way. Ernst, Scorzo, and Myers now out there. Puck sent up and out. Here's Boucher. Boucher into the zone. Gaines working on McGovern. Nice play broken up. That shot, oof. That went just over Lloyd's head from an off angle. Puck behind the net. Nearham on him, forcing that into the corner. But the PHC has it, looking out in front, looking for the one-timer. Not able to get to it. There's McGovern. He's got it in his He had it there for a second, but it wound up popping it on Lloyd, and he makes a save. And he's got 6 already. 15:56 left in the first half. Face-off 1, sent back around. Gabe sends it up off the board, but not out. Puck sent around. Nurum getting his stick held a little bit. He looks to clear. Gets it to Ernst. Ernst does a nice job chipping that up. 3 Lumberjacks there, but PHC able to get to it, and they come out the other way. 3-on-2. Nice job there by Pell shielding that puck with the Mohawk. That comes back out. Go, go, go! And we're offsides, not able to hold the line. Line change coming up. Nelligan, Gannon, and Resnick will be the forwards. Brenner and Ciesla will man the points here. Face-off 1 by Nelligan, but comes right to PHC. Nice job there, shielding that around. Here's Ciesla. Ciesla has it, continues, and gets it over to Gannon. Here's Gannon. Gannon looks to get it over to Ciesla. Ciesla trying to get through, not able to. Johnny stays down. Nice job there by Resnick to cover as we come out the other way, and that's PHC. PHC trying to work on Brenner. Brenner with a little bit of a mess up there, not meaning him messing up, but messing up the play with his skate. Ciesla comes out. Gannon forcing. Kept in.
That's inside. That's good.
Here's Nelligan. Nelligan.
Oh, it's hot.
Got a little bit of a punch, and here comes PHC, 2-on-1. Nice goal. Lloyd not able to come across with that one. And PHC goes up 1-0.
They weren't.
14:21 into the first period. And it's 1-0. No energy here for this Lumberjack squad so far. Been down in our end consistently. Turnover. Nice job there by Gabe. Here's Shaheen. He's going to turn and pull back. PHC, a ton of pressure on Red Bank right now. That's turned over again by Myers. Kept in the zone by PHC. Here's Sion. Sion looks to come wide. He does. Shot, saved, went through carry behind the net. Sion's going to be the first one there. He's rubbed out. That comes back to him and Myers. Myers behind the line. He's got Scorzo looking for him. Can't get it to him. Shot by Sion's block. Continued behind the net. Scorzo lets that go by him, and out comes PHC the opposite way. PHC enters in. Works in on Gabe. Gabe controls.
Nice play, Gabe.
Takes that away, and here's Myers. Myers with speed. Looks to get by a few players. Walks into the zone. Fumbles on it. Comes through. Shot. Save. Rebound. Scorzo was there, but able to find that was Ryan Carey. So 13-14 left. Still 1-0. Vinieri in on the draw. Ernst and Fairchild are with him. PHC comes right through. Working on Brenner to the outside. Looking to get that in the middle. Not able to as Ernst broke it up. Here comes McGovern. McGovern, nice pull up there. Now he looks for an option. It's Vinieri, but that bounces off of his stick and comes right back into the zone. Sorry, that was Tucker. Kept in, sent around. PHC over there, pop up and out. Go, go, go! Fairchild on his horse trying to get there. And we're going to go to the power play. Fairchild drawing the penalty there. Looks to be okay. One ref kind of saying, I don't know, and the other ref saying it was a penalty. Interference is the call. Nelligan, Gannon, Resnick out there. Ciesla and Shaheen. 5-on-4 for the next minute and 30 seconds. 12 minutes and 30 seconds into the first half.
Come on, you got to keep that in.
Here we go. Back into the zone. Here's Shaheen. Shaheen finds Ciesla. Ciesla to Resnick. Resnick shot, and that goes up into the netting. Force the face-off. Back off to the right of Carey. Nelligan on the draw. Gannon into a help. Comes back, and we get it to Ciesla. Ciesla shot through. Kept in by Shaheen. That's going to come all the way up and out. Ciesla touches it. Johnny has some time. Fakes out one of the PHC defenders. Here comes Resnick. Resnick with speed. He finds Gannon. Gannon enters into the zone. He goes between. Puck's in his feet. He can't find it. And that's going to slither out. PHC on the move. Trying to get in. Nice play there. Here comes 3-on-2. Here's Nelligan. Nelligan, his pass is blocked. That's going to be kept in. Ciesla finds Nelligan. Nelligan across. Gannon not able to pull the trigger. Kept in here. Here's Shaheen. Shaheen shot, and that just goes wide. 15 seconds left on the power play for Red Bank. Gabe Nurum all by himself. Red Bank going for a change. Gabe looking. Lloyd signaling to the bench. Power play is over, so Red Bank's 0 for 1. There's Scorzo. Scorzo out. Shot coming from Sion. Sion looking out front again. Shot saved by Carey. Big save there on Sion. Point blank with the blocker. Scorzo does a nice job of putting a body on somebody. Myers comes in late. Lombardi looking in, saved by Lloyd. As he stays on the pipe, Lombardi thought he was going to try and catch him leaning. Here comes Sion. Sion 1-on-2 the other way. Shot! Just went wide. Sion behind the net. Kept in by Myers, but that now skirts out of the zone. Shot in by Nurum. Red Bank goes for a change, so PHC will have a little time as we hit the 10-minute mark of the first half. Shot, that goes wide. Kept in by PHC. Looking in a slot. Shot, saved by Lloyd. Kept in. PHC behind their net. Looking for an outlet. They find it. Ciesla was kind of waiting for it. 2-on-1 the other way. Shot and a goal. 2-0 PHC.
Get one.
Nice shot there. Upstairs. 9 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first half. PHC all over the Lumberjacks right now. Here's Weisgerber. Weisgerber chips that up. Not out of the zone, though. Batted down by Weisgerber. He now finds Ciesla. Ciesla was looking for, and that's going to be an icing, he was looking for Venieri. Just not able to connect. Ernst, Nelligan, and Resnick now coming out. Face-off, puck sitting in the shot that just went wide. Puck coming out by Nierum. Break's just not going our way right now. That comes over to Ernst. Ernst looking to get that back. He finds Resnick, who finds Gabe. Gabe looks across, hits Nelligan. Nelligan sends it deep. Resnick's going to be the first one to it. Takes a bit of a bump by PHC. Ernst in there in support. 3-on-2 white jerseys, and that skirts past Shaheen and comes all the way out. PHC coming on the forecheck very hard. Nice job by Nierum to leave that for Shaheen. Shaheen up to Ernst, to Nelligan. Here's Resnick. Resnick in. He lays a shot in. A blocker save comes to Nelligan. Nelligan has it, chips it to himself behind the net. He's taken into a wall. That's going to come out to the point, comes down to Resnick. Resnick looking, finding Ernst for the one-timer. Not able to get much on it was Declan, but the puck's still behind the net. Puck comes out to the point. Here's McGovern. McGovern walks, lays a shot through a screen. It got in on net, but a save by Carey. Comes out, here's Nierum. Nierum shot, save, and the rebound is gobbled up like a hungry hippo by Carey. 7:19 now remaining in the first half. 2-0 PHC. Scorzel, Myers, Sion come out. Sion leaves it for Myers. They got a little bit of a tangle here. And PHC able to come away with it. There's McGovern. Fumbled it, but he's able to get it back. Here's Sion. Loses control. Comes back into our zone. Here's Brenner. Brenner finding Myers. Myers trying to be slick. Not able to get there. Here's McGovern. McGovern comes back across to Brenner. Brenner up and out. But Busher keeps it. He does a nice... Oof. Turning the puck over again. Nice play by Sion to get on top of his guy, but we got to move the puck out, and we do. Here's Sion. Sion able to get through. Get in. Using his body. Keep an eye on those two. And Sion's going to the box for a slash. Yep. Off! Thank you. And Sion's going to the box. Callahan joining the boys on the bench now. So we'll be short 5-on-4 for a minute 30. 6:07 left in the first half. Red Bank down 2. Thought it was a kind of a high hit on Sion, and he did turn around and slash. So ref let the first hit go, and then the retaliation penalty called. Nonetheless, Red Bank shorthanded as PHC comes out the opposite way, trying to work on Shaheen. Shot, save. Cleared up, but not out by Weisgerber. Kept in by PHC. PHC trying to work on Ciesla. Johnny not having much of it. He's going to get rid of it, and nice job by PHC to lift his stick at the end. PHC behind the net, looking to control. They send it back out to the point. Hall. Nice sauce pass across. Comes back. They play catch. Puck goes between Weisgerber, and that's going to be sent out by Shaheen. Puck all the way down. Carey has to play it right before his goal line. Tucker Fairchild giving chase. He's got Weisgerber with him. 20 seconds remaining on the minor penalty to Sion as PHC walks in again. 5-on-4 power play. Set around. Here's Fairchild. Fairchild dumps it down. That's going to kill the remaining seconds on the power play. Teams all go for a change. 3, 2, and 1. Sion's out of the box. PHC not successful as they now come in, shot up into the netting, and we're going to get a stop at the play with 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Again, semifinal matchup. Winner will advance to the championship. Loser will drive home. Sent up. That's going to come over to Vanieri. Vanieri forcing his man to go back the opposite way. Joined by Gannon and Resnick as your forwards. Sent in. Here's Nurum. Nurum takes his man into the wall. Sends that around. That comes over to Luca. Luca not able to get to it, so that comes back to Gabe. Here's Gannon. Gannon fires that around. Resnick able to get a piece of it. PHC will get there first. As they now come back out the other way. Gabe Nurum sends it up and out, and that's going to go down for an icing. So we'll stop the clock. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Face-off will be down in Red Bank territory, just to the right of Lloyd. $21 viewers on for a Sunday afternoon. Not bad. Preseason. Duster TV. That's going to be sent up by Ciesla. Controlled by PHC. Sent around. Here is Brenner. Brenner looks to clear. Hits his man right in the skate. Comes over to Myers. Myers able to get it up but not out. Poke check there. Here comes Sion again. Sion leaves it for Scorzo. Scorzo gets it up out of the zone, but not very deep, and it's intercepted and comes back to our defensive partners. Tipped in by Scorzo, so no icing. Red Bank trying to get down in that end. Sion lays a bump. PHC comes out the other way. Nice play there by Brenner. Here comes Myers. Chase Myers has it. Sends it across to Sion. Sion a shot. Save. Rebound. Comes back out. Big hit there by Sion. Puck comes up the boards and out. Shot in on Nurum as Lloyd was getting ready for that distant shot and never made it in. Here comes Myers. Myers leaves her for Gannon. Gannon, nice move. Lost control of it. Puck comes out. Here's Shaheen. Shaheen looks, finds Nelligan. Nelligan gets it on his forehand. Not able to pull the trigger, though. Puck sent around. Myers down low with Gannon. Gannon behind the net looking for an option. He was looking for Nelligan. Not able to get it. Here it comes. Nelligan. Oh, nice play there by Lombardi to break that up as he was trying to feed Myers, who was alone on the far side. Ooh, Lloyd got a piece of that. Shot around, came around. Up and out. Here's Myers. Myers is 1-on-2. Trying to go between these guys. That's not going to work, boys. Here comes PHC the other way. Oh!
soft.
Missed that. Penalty must have been down the opposite way.
Super soft, ref.
Gannon going to the box for a slash, it appears.
Super soft.
1 minute, 19 seconds now in the period before we get an intermission break. Van Riemsdyk and Callahan not happy about the call. Not some of the parents up here either. PHC working. Lloyd getting across there. Not a shot on net, but we were able to break that up. PHC working. Bringing it across. Looking for the back door. Shot saved. Get up. That's it. Tie. Lloyd able to get most of that. Weisgerber able to send it all the way down. 40 seconds left in the half. Declan down low. Weisgerber. Come on, Jackie boy. Looks across to Ernst. Not much there. So Ernst's going to have to get back. We're going to have to get all the way back. We're under 30 seconds remaining in the period. Shot. It's under him. Lloyd able to get that one too. 15 seconds. Wow!
He's so late.
He was not calling that. He absolutely was no way calling that.
I can't believe they didn't call that right away. So that's going to negate the power play. There's only 18 seconds left on it in the first place, but we'll skate 4 aside for the next 7.8 seconds. We will start the period on a power play. Nelligan winning that to Ciesla. Ciesla is just going to send it down into the corner, and that's going to do it for the first half. So at the end of one half, it is Philadelphia Hockey Club 2, Red Bank 0. Way to keep him in, 30. All right, so not much to talk about in the first half. The ice was tilted in our direction. So Red Bank needs a few more quality chances against Ryan Carey. Very good goaltender. Got to put some more difficult shots on him if we're going to try to compete for the rest of this game. All right, so when we come back, Red Bank there will be 2 penalties. They will skate 4 aside. 11 seconds on the Red Bank penalty to Gannon, and then we'll get a power play for just about a minute when the second half starts. All right, I'm going to put the camera on mute. Come back in about 10 minutes, and we'll be live again. All right. Teams are starting to make their way to the gates. Zamboni has just popped off the ice. 22 minutes was placed on the clock. 1:23 remaining on the Philadelphia Hockey Club minor. 11 seconds left on the minor penalty to Gannon, as we'll skate 4 aside to start the second half of this semifinal matchup. Winner will play later on today at 5 p.m. in the finals. PHC, the number 1 seed, undefeated, went 4-0. Red Bank finishing 4th, 2-2. Squeaked into the playoffs basically because of the plus-minus, which was in our favor, as Coach Van Riemsdyk and Callahan now hit the bench. Aiden Honan and Baxton Ling heading towards the bench. Parents have made their way back into the stands.
We'll have a minute 10 power play.
And Red Bank needs to step things up here. First period was tilted down in our end. Lloyd with 16 saves to start, 18 shots against. And looks like we're going to stay at our respected side. So Lloyd will head back down here. Red Bank in their away blacks, we'll say. PHC in their home whites. Red Bank skating left to right on your screen for the remainder. Lloyd heading back to his position. Boys getting a quick stretch in. If Red Bank cannot overcome this lead, that will be it. We will then head back home up the Parkway for the remainder of our Sunday. Kind of hoping that maybe we can put in a few here and keep the day going. Would be nice. But we need more quality chances. Ryan Carey is a very good goaltender. The shots that we're putting on are not going to beat him often. Team will gather at the bench. We'll get ready for Coach Van Riemsdyk's second period lineup. Again, not sure what's happening on the other rink. Hollydale North, that is where Rush Hockey and Pats Hockey are playing the other semifinal game. So not sure who either of these teams would face until it's too late. But again, we're down 2, so it doesn't really matter at this point. We need to put a couple of goals, a couple pucks to tickle the twine to get it to that point. Looks like we're going to have Nelligan taking the face-off. He'll be joined by Tristan Resnick, Easton Shaheen, and John Ciesla. Gannon will come out of the box and join this line. That's pretty much been their line. Sent in by Nelligan as he takes a bump. Power play now for Red Bank. Exactly 1 minute and 12 seconds left. Nice job there by Gannon. Gannon just pops over Resnick's stick, and out comes PHC shorthanded. They send that down, and that's where Easton Shaheen will now come from behind Lloyd, a full 200 feet. Now he has to go. Shaheen pulls up, hits Resnick. Resnick enters in, sends it down low. Nelligan chasing it. He's bumped. He gets to it first, and he now controls. Comes back to the point. John Ciesla quarterbacks it, sends it down. Looking out in front, that was a nice option there by Gannon. He was looking for Shaheen coming through. 25 seconds left on the power play. That's going to skip off of Gannon. PHC is going to kill a good majority of this here as they send it in, and Lloyd steers that up into the netting, and that's actually a good play by PHC. That forces the face-off down in Red Bank territory with only 15 seconds to go and should kill just about the remaining Red Bank power play. Scorzo will take the draw. Comes over to Brenner. Brenner puts that in his feet. Whiffed on there by McGovern, but he's able to get it back. 5 seconds now remaining. Even strength. Even! Here's Myers. Myers trying to get it across to him. That's fumbled. Here we go. PHC in, saved by Lloyd. Sion has it, and we're just getting rid of the puck here. Sent up. Kept in by McGovern. Sent in deep, but nobody down there for Red Bank. PHC is going to just walk that out of the zone. Off. Red Bank going for a quick change. Got Fairchild, Vanieri, and Weisgerber now out there. Brenner and McGovern out on D. McGovern chips that up and out. Red Bank players giving chase. Oh, what a save by Lloyd! Woo! What a save by Lloyd. Here's Fairchild. Fairchild throws one on net. Turned aside by Carey. Looks to come back out. Here's Shaheen. Shaheen shot through a screen. Rebound sitting there. Vanieri gets to it. Vanieri lays one on. Steered aside. What a save by Lloyd there. We'll have to watch that one when I get home later. That was a good one. Puck sent across. Here's Fairchild. Fairchild turns. Fires that around. Takes an awkward bounce. Comes around. Here's Vanieri. Got to get to that puck. Come on. Nice poke check there by Shaheen. He now gains ground. Looks to put that behind. PHC comes away with it. They got a man coming into the middle. Fairchild not able to clear. Here's Ciesla. Ciesla's not able to clear. Turned over, and that comes back to PHC. Weisgerber looks to get it up. Here's Vanieri. Chip it. Sent around. Shaheen. Shaheen hit Luca in the stick. Bounced off. Here's PHC. Looks to get a shot. Blocked by Red Bank. Goes for a change. Dangerous change. PHC coming right back in against them. Saved by Lloyd. Sent up by Gannon and out. PHC continues to control. Sent in deep. Shaheen hammered into the wall. Gannon there in help. Ernst out there. That comes out of zone. Ernst gives chase, forcing them back. PHC able to control. Intercepted by Ernst. Kept in momentarily, and out comes PHC through center. Sent in, past Lloyd, comes to Ernst. Ernst takes a bump, able to clear. PHC gathers back in neutral ice as they come back in. Shot up over Lloyd. And here comes Declan. Declan looks to get it in. Gets it over to Gabe Nurum. Gabe in, goes between the legs, taken down, no call. PHC comes back out the other way. 3-on-2. Now it's a 3-on-1. Lloyd has it underneath them.
Pull him away!
Came in on Lloyd hard. Ernst comes in, and so does McGovern in defense. Okay, so Ernst and McGovern will go. Each team putting players in the box. 16:47 remaining here in the second half. Team staying at 5 aside. Comes across. Here's Nurum. Nurum looks for Myers just out of his reach. And PHC comes out the other way. They go past Brenner. Shot blocked by Myers. Takes his man into the corner. Comes over back to him. Looks to get that up and out. He can't. PHC work. Looks to come through. Comes over to Myers. Myers retreats and sends it back around the other way. That's Brenner. Brenner up to Sion, just out of his reach. And we're not getting the puck out. Comes back to Brenner. Brenner hits Nurum. Nurum fumbles it. Still has it. Comes back to Brenner. Brenner sends that up. And that's not out. Kept in by PHC. Comes around to Gabe. Gabe comes around. That's Myers. Myers looks to clear. He can't. Chipped up and out finally by Brenner. But PHC gathers that up. Ah, come on, Lucas.
Yes.
And it looks like they're both going. Sion going for a hold. I mean, he jumped on his back. And now there's a trio in the penalty box, 3 and 3. Waiting to see what the calls are here. Things starting to get a little bit out of hand.
And there's the home cook. For what? Being from these North. Are you? Oh my God. Home cook.
All right, so it's going to be a PHC power play. Myers is in the box as the extra, so it's a 5-on-4 for a minute 30. 15:48 remaining here in the second half. Red Bank is still down 2-0. Puck sitting in the feet here, and PHC comes away with it. PHC working across. Weisgerber and Fairchild will man the points. PHC working. Sends it back out to their point. Kept in. They work it down into the corner here again. Behind the goal line. PHC controlling. Weisgerber comes in, forcing an errant pass. And that goes up into the netting by Brenner, forcing a face-off. And Coach Van Riemsdyk's going to kind of change things up a bit here. Again, a lot of the play down in our end. Need it to go the other way. We got to put some pucks on net on this team. Nelligan will take the draw, joined by Ciesla, Shaheen, and Resnick out there, as there is 40 seconds remaining on the power play. Shot, rebound, kick save by Lloyd, and that comes out. 22 saves by Lloyd so far. Nelligan down there. PHC able to clear as they come into the zone. PHC looking. Send it down low. 48 heading into his spot. Back out to their point. Lloyd able to glove it. Not able to close the glove on it. So that keeps play going. 2-1 power play over. Shot saved by Lloyd. And that comes out. Red Bank able to kill. Here comes Gannon. Gannon looks to go wide. He does. Shot score! Tristan Resnick, and it's 2-1. 14 minutes remaining.
Sit, kiddo. Let's go here, Black. Go,
All right.
Dono.
Nice play there by Dono to get in the zone. Look to get that shot off, but Trizzy right there, able to bury that. His second of the tournament. He had the lone goal against PHC the other night. So here we are with 14 minutes left. Red Bank only down 1 now. So here's Gannon. PHC comes out the other way. Ryan McGovern with a nice stick there. Gabe sends his man there. Saved by Lloyd. Mason Nelligan racing for the puck. That's going to be turned over. And there's Gannon. Not able to be kept in. We got to get back on side. We do. Sent in behind. Red Bank going for a change. Sent in deep. Comes around. There's McGovern. McGovern has it. Reverses coming around to Resnick. Resnick up and out. Hits Weisgerber in the glove. So here's Weisgerber. Weisgerber not able to do much with it. PHC comes away. Here's Gabe Nurum. Gabe Nurum jumps up from the defensive position. Joins in. Looks. Pulls. Now taken into the wall. Gets to Weisgerber. Weisgerber shot, and that's going to be gloved by Carey. "12 minutes, 47 seconds left in the second half. Red Bank down 1. Face-off pushed ahead. PHC gets over there. There goes Fairchild. Comes across. Here's Weisgerber. Shot, and that one just went wide. Puck's on the back of the net. Fairchild behind, battling. Here comes Vanieri. Vanieri pushed down to the ground. Fairchild comes away with it. Out in front. Comes away. PHC with it. Kept in. Oh, Fairchild almost tipped that one.
Stay classy, 18. Let's go, Black.
Weisgerber and Lombardi talking. I'm sure they were just discussing this tournament. Ernst, Sion, and Myers out there. Coach Van Riemsdyk putting Ernst out there with this crew. Sent in on Ciesla as he blocks that aside. Puck's going to come back out to the point. It's kept in. Shot. Lloyd got a piece of that. Nice play there by Myers to get that up. And here comes Sion. Ernst over to Sion. Sion shot. Oof. God damn, he shoots hard. That was into next week. Got to get that on net. Chipped into the zone. Goes around. Here comes Shaheen. Shaheen. He's hit down from behind. No call. Here comes Ernst. He's holding him right in front of you. Myers chips it over. Here's Sion. Sion's in. Shot. Big save by Carey on Sion. Coming up to the 10-minute mark. Shot, and that one's going to be gobbled up by Lloyd. He now has 27 saves.
Wake up, stretch! Yeah, that's right.
Nelligan on the draw. Up and out. Gannon not able to chip it deeper. Comes out. Here we go. 2-on-1. Nelligan looking to get it across. Over to Resnick. It bounces up on him. It's still on his feet. Resnick looking for a backhand. Not able to get it there. Brenner jumps down. He gets that down to Nelligan. Nelligan in the corner. He's taken down. Good hit there. Resnick comes in. He lays a hit. PHC comes out the other way. Blocked by Shaheen. McGovern. Turnover. Nice poke check there by Brenner, but it's kept in the zone. On your back, on your back! Under 10 minutes. Things getting chippy here. Easton keeps it. Here's Gannon. Gannon across! Oh, he's trying to get it to Nelligan, not able to. Nelligan back out to the point, was looking for Ciesla, and PHC goes for a change. Shot blocked. Here's Resnick. Resnick lays one deep in the corner. Shaheen, the only Red Bank players, he jumped down from the defensive position, now trying to pin that up along the wall. Good battle by...
Wake the fuck up, refs, so go home!
Play now down behind Lloyd. Comes out in the slot. Ciesla and Pell. Weisgerber looks to get it over. Here comes Luca. Takes an awkward bounce. Nice block there, and here's Weisgerber. Weisgerber not able to get that out. Turned over. Here comes PHC, but that's intercepted. And that's going to be sent the length of the ice. And that's going to be an icing. Oh, no icing. Okay, Matt, pay attention. Here comes PHC. 8 minutes and 20 seconds left. Puck sent up. Kept in by PHC. Shot blocked by McGovern. Go! Here's Fairchild. Fairchild takes a bump. Got to keep those legs moving, boys. PHC works it from behind their net. They come out. Nice play by Gabe. Oh, turned over. Here they come. Luca puts a little bit of a body. Here's Myers. Myers chips that. Unfortunately out in the back. Shot and a big stop there by Lloyd.
Well, do the right thing. That's a good game. We wouldn't have to say anything. That's what we said.
Sent up. Up by Ciesla. Here goes Myers. Myers got a step. He's in. No, nice play there by the PHC defender. Off! Off!
Kind of hard to skate when he's holding.
Bring it all the way down.
The old home sizzle.
Face off by Scorzo. 7:15 left. Red Bank down 1. Scorzo wins it, gets it back. That comes up. Here comes Scorzo. Braden entering up, finds Sion. Sion's got a step. Shot, save. Come on, Lucas. Sion's going to the box. Damn, it's such a momentum killer. Puck's on the back of the net. Comes around. Niram and Shaheen on D. Nelligan and Gannon will be the forwards, kept in by PHC. PHC working. Nice play there by Gabe. Gabe's going to do the right thing and send it down and kill some of this power play time. Nelligan will force, but will stay away somewhat. PHC looks to come out. They do. Nice job by Nelligan to get back. Niram not able to be cleared. Kept in. PHC sends that across. They send it back to their point. Shot. Blocker saved by Lloyd. Comes right up to Gannon. Gannon's going to fire that down and kill some more time. Red Bank will go for a change. Fairchild and Resnick coming out up as the forwards. Brenner and McGovern now back on D. 25 seconds left on the power play. Here, 5-on-4. Lloyd with a save. Comes around. PHC behind. Not able to get a shot on was PHC.
Your point. Your point.
Not able to be cleared. Even strength now. Shot off the outside of the net. Nice play, Tristan. Not able to be cleared, though. Finally, we do, and that's going to be sent the length of the ice and should be icing, and it is. We're going to stop the clock with 4:58 left now.
Let's go here, Black. Come on, boys.
Red Bank able to kill another power play. Lloyd gobbles that one up, flashing the leather.
That game went overtime. Matt, rush pass overtime.
Wow. Hopefully we're forcing that here.
Yeah.
Or we're taking the lead.
Season one offside. What are you talking about? White's in the circle. White's in the circle. What's wrong? I got a book if you need. They only see him one way anyway. Don't worry about it.
Comes around. There's PHC behind. They looks to bring that out. Scorzo, McGovern. I'm sorry. Here's Ciesla. Johnny Hockey, that just goes over the net. Kept in by Shaheen. Momentarily, PHC able to pull that one back. Myers, Scorzo, and Ernst out there. Awkward bounce off the glass. Shaheen has to retreat. And smart play by the PHC player. Here comes Myers. Myers sidesteps a hit. Myers comes in. He tries to go between the legs. Not able to do so. PHC able to force that out. Nuram able to chip it up. Comes over to Ernst. Ernst over to Scorzo. Scorzo in. Shot, save. Scorzo gets it over to Ernst. Ernst looking. He finds Nuram. Good look, but bounces off of his stick. Nuram's only able to play that deep. 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the game. Red Bank trailing 1 in the semifinal. Save by Lloyd. Like saying that. 32 saves for Lloyd. Sent in. Here's McGovern. McGovern turns. He takes a slash. PHC looking to clear. Sorry, Red Bank looking to clear. They can't. That's fired in on Lloyd, and he holds.
Let's go, Trish. Come on, Black. Let's go, boys.
3 minutes and 9 seconds left. Red Bank needs one. Steve Levy, see you on. Nice job. Here's Resnick. Under 3 minutes. Brenner back around to Ciesla. 2 PHC player there. Nelligan comes in to help. Nelligan looks to clear. Uh-oh, turned over right out in front. Nice job. That's cleared. And that's going to go for an ice save. All right. 2:32 left now. And Coach Van Riemsdyk's going to take his timeout. Timeout, Red Bank. They want to talk things over with face-off being down in our end.
He's saying no timeouts until the finals. I forgot, you wrote the rules.
Pat's won.
Pat's won? So I'm hearing that Pat's hockey won. So they move on to the finals. Rush knocked out. They were the 3 seed. And right now the 4 seed is trying to gain a tie at this point, just to force overtime as we trail by 1. Good crowd here, energetic. A lot of people up in the bar watching. A lot of people in the stands watching. 20 of you at home watching. Nelligan, Gannon, Resnick, the forwards, Ciesla and Shaheen out there for Coach Van Riemsdyk. Nelligan coming in on the draw. Face-off sits in the feet, comes to Ciesla. Ciesla turns, gets rid of it, sends it across. Here's Gannon. Gannon in. Nelligan looking to get it deep. He's taken into the corner. He gets it around. Here's Gannon. Gannon looking, fired across, just out of the reach of Resnick. Lloyd to the bench. And that's an icing. We didn't have control either. And Coach Van Riemsdyk is pulling the goalie. 2:09. He's the coach. Live or die with his decision. Scorzo jumps out there as the extra attacker, so 6-on-5 right now. Puck's underneath them. Who's going to come away with it? Kept in by Ciesla. Ciesla not able to get one down, but we gather it back. Here's Shaheen. Shaheen over to Resnick. Back to Shaheen. Shaheen to Ciesla. Back to Shaheen. Shaheen with ice. Skates it in. Coming in. Pulls up. Comes back. Here's Scorzo down low. Here's Shaheen. Shaheen down. Finds Nelligan. Nelligan comes out. Here's Ciesla. Ciesla over. Shot. Nobody in front there. Shot blocked. It hit somebody. Kept in. And that's going to be an icing. No icing. Here's Resnick. Kept in. Comes over to Ernst. We have
Fucking stupid fucking penalty. Fucking slash the kid because the kid pushed him. Come on, that's fucking terrible situation. Call fucking foul. Let the kids decide, right? Are you kidding? Fucking home cook, as usual. What happened to the icing? Home cook!
Running.
Oh, you guys are a fucking disaster. Why is the clock running?
At time.
You got a double minor? Nice work, Stripes.
not sure what's going on here. Resnick took a penalty.
Double minor?
Double minor.
Great job, Stripes. That's wrong, it's wrong. What? Oh, no, he only took somebody else. Oh, no, Jack got a penalty.
Yeah, Callahan took a penalty.
Great job, buddy. What about the clock?
5-on-3. We'll just kind of let things play out. Lloyd with another stop. Here's Scorzo. I don't know why we pulled the goalie. And that's going to do it.
And then you wonder why we gotta yell at you, because you do a fucking terrible job. Great work, Stripes. You're the exact reason people don't like refs. Yeah, nice job, buddy.
And that's going to do it. And that's going to do it. Final 3-1.
Yeah, great job, refs. Nice job. Great job. Turn your cards in. Great job. 7-on-5. You are fucking terrible. Terrible.
All right, I'm going to sign off. Things are getting a little heated here. Lloyd with 34 saves, 36 shots. Resnick the only goal. We're headed home. And that's it. Duster TV, we will catch you in a few weeks.